Boys and girls, welcome back to Fallout New Vegas. This is actually the second time I'm recording this episode. We got about halfway through, and then my recording software decided it wasn't going to be fun to record what I was doing anymore, so we had to start over. So we are back here where we left off talking to Daniel. By the way, I'm going to reiterate what I said in the lost episode of Tuck Playing New Vegas. Daniel is a pussy. We don't stand with Daniel's decisions. He is a good leader in the sense of what he wants for his people, but he is a terrible leader in the sense of what he's willing to do. And sadly, that matters. So on the way out, Waking Cloud is going to talk to us, and we're going to go on our merry way. Here she comes.
Daniel said that I was to travel with you until you have completed your scouting. Is this pleasing to you?
Again, not really, but I can't say no, so let's go.
Before we depart, our shaman, White Bird, asked me to convey his desire to speak with you.
Alright, I'll talk to him.
Excellent. His cave overlooks the camp. I will show you where.
Waking Cloud has given you the Quiet as Waters perk. That basically just means the enemy's perception is lowered, which is a really interesting way to implement the stealth mechanic. Don't think it's necessarily the best one, but it works, so whatever. So before we leave the camp, I'm actually going to do this one, because last time I just left the camp and forgot to do it, so let's go up there, I guess. There's a way up at the beginning of the camp, which is going to be easier than backtracking all the way through the camp, so let's go do this. Is Joshua going to talk to us? Are we going to be within range of him? I don't think so. I think he's going to talk to us when we actually leave the camp, unless I fall. So let's go talk to the shaman, and then we'll talk to Josh, and then we will continue with our lives. What was the point of coming up here? Is there nowhere to go? Or could I keep going that way? There's a cave over there. Is there a cave over here? Do I have to go all the way back through the camp? Alright, that's annoying, I think, unless I just completely missed where I'm going. Where does Sweet Flower Cave go? Is there an outlet? Don't mind me, I'm just trying to figure out where we're going.
This one is mine.
Holy hell. Alright, so
Daniel says that most people outside the valley do not keep to the Father's ways. Perhaps when you leave, you will carry his word with you.
no, your beliefs are kind of dumb, if we're being completely honest. Yeah, I thought this cave was gonna go somewhere, and it did not. Anywho, let's just accept defeat and go back through the Sorrows camp. My recording software, hopefully it actually records this time, crashing and not, well, it didn't crash, but it just didn't work the right way, so essentially the same thing. It led to the same result of the file being corrupted. It was bad timing because I had just recorded my first episode of Far Cry 2. That's going to be a thing on the channel eventually. It'll probably be up after this video sometime. I don't know if you guys have tried to play Far Cry 2. Basically, it's similar to the same experience as PC New Vegas on modern hardware without mods installed. But the only difference being is that the mods for New Vegas are, one, easily available and they're not scary to download. The mods for Far Cry 2, I don't trust any of the links, so the mod links for Far Cry 2 I just don't trust, so I'm not installing them, so I'm trying to do as much as I can just by fixing the game by changing its config files, which, by the way, most of the settings you have to change for Far Cry 2, the config file option doesn't exist, so PC Gaming Wiki is just wrong. But, alright, let's talk, Whitebird.
Hola, outsider. Welcome, child of omens. You come to receive visions of truth?
Absolutely.
Take drugs, kill a bear, seek medicine plant, return with sacred datura root, receive visions of truth, they guide you.
Okay.
Go. Return, maybe yes, return, maybe no, but go.
Alright, glad we talked. Thank you for bringing me here, Waking Cloud. But yeah, basically, Far Cry 2 does not run normally on modern hardware with modern graphic settings. If you play the game above 60 FPS, the characters bounce up and down violently like a lowrider in a lowrider bounce competition. And in order to progress the game, you have to talk to NPCs, but they have to be on a specific part of scripted land for their scripts to read. And so if they're bouncing up and down, like literally bouncing up and down, like twice their character height, they're not on the exact piece of terrain they have to be on to progress their dialogue. And so they keep resetting their lines of dialogue, and I had to talk to the same NPC, and I heard the exact same line of dialogue 24 times before I just decided to exit out and play the game on lower settings.
By the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down. Yea, we wept, when we remembered Zion. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it even to the foundation. O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. Do you know what it means?
We've already had this conversation in a different timeline, so you don't want to leave Zion, you want to fight.
Given those two choices, yes. In the best of all possible worlds, they would just leave us in peace. But they won't. I don't enjoy killing, but when done righteously, it's just a chore, like any other. Practiced hands make for short work, and the good Lord knows there's much to be done here.
This conversation just got pretty dark. What was the happy, dashing little ones?
Happy are those who do the work of the Lord. Zion belongs to God and the people of God. It is a natural temple and monument to his glory. When our Lord entered the temple and found it polluted by money changers and beasts, did he ask them to leave? Did he cry? Did he simply walk away? No. He drove them out. It is one thing to forgive a slap across my cheek, but an insult to the Lord requires... No. It demands correction.
So basically, this conversation is devolving to what I said at the beginning of the episode when I said Daniel is a pussy. Joshua does not like Daniel's beliefs in what he wants for the people of Zion Valley. Josh wants to fight, Daniel wants to leave. Like I said, I don't agree with Daniel in the slightest, but Josh's dislike for what Daniel's doing goes way deeper and way more philosophical and belief-based than I could ever go. I just think it's a bad decision. He's calling his God into question and saying that Daniel is challenging Joshua's God, which that's a different debate of something that I don't really care about, but just as far as like being a leader and doing what's best for your people, there's no guarantee that even if you leave Zion Valley that your people are gonna make it to wherever you're going. Like, the wasteland is dangerous.
I and the dead horses are prepared to do what must be done to protect Zion from the Whitelegs. And though Daniel won't accept it yet, there are many sorrows who are also prepared. They may not be warriors, but this is their home. If you have a chance to speak with Daniel about this, ask him to consider defending Zion instead of abandoning it. He has good intentions, but I fear that if we evacuate the sorrows from this place, it will be lost to them, and us, forever.
So yeah, he basically just said everything I said, but he put it way nicer and more way eloquently than I did. Daniel is a pussy. We should fight for our homeland because these are tribes that have been warring tribes. They're fighters. So putting them to fight for their homeland is a better option than running with their metaphorical tail between their legs. And also, brother, I'm so glad you sent me on the giant-ass fetch quest. Shut up, shut up.
Canaan, he ordered the White Legs to salt the earth so nothing could grow again. What kind of monster could do that?
Quite frankly, a lot of people throughout history that don't want their enemies to ever have success ever again. It's not that uncommon of a practice. Thank you for interrupting me. Last episode, you and Daniel made me go on this giant-ass three-pronged fetch quest because you said you were too busy and you couldn't leave your tribes. Brother, you're on the other side of the map. But, oh, you're gonna go right beside Daniel. This is awkward. Where you going? You're gonna pop a squat right there while you told me to talk to Daniel?
I'm glad to see you're still with us. How can I help you?
Daniel, let's have a talk. Is there any chance you'd be willing to not be a pussy?
There's an old saying that goes, if you want peace, get ready for war. You've got me figured half right. I'll shoot dead any white leg that tries to creep into this camp. But it's only to protect the Sorrows. The Lord helps those who help themselves. But the Sorrows don't know how. Joshua and I do. Since I got them into this mess, I need to get them out.
Yeah, but that doesn't It doesn't have to mean literally get them out. Your right to leave, I don't think you should kill any of the white legs? What? Where did that dialogue option come from? None of these options are what I really want to say.
There is an important difference between killing in defense and waging war. Even a Gentile like you should know that.
Joshua's a new Canaanite, and he's obviously willing to attack the white legs. He also has a different background, but that's not really important, I suppose.
Joshua is a living Bible of all mankind's miseries of war. The debt he has levied through his actions, he repays every day. He is a monument both to God's unending forgiveness and to humanity's unfathomable capacity for cruelty. It's written on every inch of his body. When you look at him, do you only see a man of God? Beneath those bandages, he is burned flesh. As he burns, so does he consume everyone around him. Joshua wants to fight because the whitelegs have stoked the naked flame inside of him. You see the light, but do not yet feel the heat. I can pray that you never will. But it isn't up to me, and it isn't up to God. It's up to Joshua.
I'm not gonna lie, that answer made me like Daniel less. I'm not working with Joshua because I'm a man of God. I'm working with Joshua because it's the right thing to do. Put religion aside and beliefs aside for a second on that front, spiritual beliefs aside. Fight for your rights, bro. Fight for your land. If there's somebody that's actively like a terrorist organization in the sense of what we're dealing with, they're objectively the bad people. Joshua wanting to take care of the objectively bad people in this situation isn't like a righteous thing where he's trying to be more than he is. He's a human trying to help his friends, essentially, trying to be a good leader and keep everybody alive. Like, again, you're trying to do that too, but you're just... idea of the actual solution to the problem is just not the favorable one, nor is it one that's been proven to work through history. There's no other dialogue that continues that line of questioning, so I'll just run. Yeah, Daniel is a polarizing character because, again, he's not a bad person, but he is objectively a bad leader in my opinion. And I'm not even sitting here like a warmongering, I want to fight and only fight type of person. Just in this case, fighting for your land is like the best option. Like if you're dealing with a bully in school, the best way to get the bully to stop being a bully... Okay, cool. The best way to deal with the bully and to get him to stop is to just rock his shit and show that he's not as tough as he thinks he is. Because if you go the political route, where there's actually like zero repercussions for going the political route and having them be dealt with that way, all they're gonna do is just find different ways to inconvenience you. Like even if you run away from the white legs now, who's to say that because you ran away, they're full strength here, then they team up with Caesar's Legion, get stronger, they're just gonna come after you again. Like, Daniel's goal is short-sighted in the nicest way to put it, other than it's just a bad idea in my opinion. It's also super short-sighted. It's a temporary solution. It's putting a band-aid on a gunshot wound. Like, it doesn't actually solve the problem. At best, it's gonna postpone it because depending on how the events of this go and the events of like the base game in a not so perfect world where like, let's say Caesar's Legion wins, they're just gonna keep coming, bro. They're gonna keep coming. They're not gonna stop. And that's like one of those times where like, if you just stop the problem in its infancy, even though it's past its infancy at this point, I just don't see how someone can look at the situation like that and not think just straight up fighting them and stopping them 1000% is the best idea. But that's way too long of a political rant. Let's change quests and go kill bears because that's what I was doing last episode. And yeah, whenever I got to where this thing was telling me to go, it was terrible. Where the f did the Cazador come from? Almost on cue, the game is like doing things to hurt me, which is crazy. Alright, the Cazador is crippled. Let's do our damage now. Where did that Cazador come from? Waking Cloud. Respectfully, please shut up. follows Chalk whenever he says random stuff. It comes off as innocent and like endearing. You're everything you say is just annoying. Like it comes off as whiny. Which irony, I'm whining about her being whiny, but like just shush. At least you're not Andreja from Starfield. Then I would probably just dismiss you as a companion. Anywho, actually, let's get on with the quest. I need to set up some hotkeys for weapons because I haven't done that in this universe. So give me 1 sec. Alright, so let's fast travel to the general store because it's the closest location I have, and then we have to take this painfully slowly, and I'm gonna drop a quick save right here because we're gonna have to take this gunfight by gunfight. So up there is where we have to go. That's actually where I started shooting at the bears last episode, I think. There's that dude over there stalking. He's always here for some reason. There's more Cazadors here. Just every type of enemy is in this little section. If I'm lucky, there's gonna be... Okay, no, here they come. Go for the wings. Cazador dead, that guy needs to die. And then there are green geckos and bears over here that need to fight each other. They just didn't spawn in this playthrough, which would be ideal, honestly. Doubt that's how it goes, though. Alright, Waking Cloud, time to wakey. Time to be Wake Up Cloud. Let me move this way and maybe she'll get up. It's also trolly on the developer's part because there are certain trigger points for the animals that spawn in. It also might be RNG because there was never a mole rat here or a Cazador last time. Maybe we got lucky. Maybe we got a good dice roll this time and they're mole rats and a dead Cazador as opposed to all the bears that are gonna attack me. Mantis, and then there's definitely a bear that's gonna spawn in somewhere. I'm looking. I just don't see it. Maybe that's a thing. Maybe we just got a good dice roll. Alright. I'm going. If I get slapped in the back by a giant Yaoguai, I'm gonna be very mad. And if I remember correctly, there are spore plants in here, but nothing that actually is gonna be like...
We should not be here.
Alright, this is a taboo for you.
It belongs to the father in the caves.
I don't care.
It is a holy place. If we go any deeper, we will suffer for it.
Then wait outside while I actually go do productive things and, like, do what I was told to do by, Daniel, your, lover. If you want to be mad at someone, be mad at Daniel for telling me to come here, because...
Messy business.
Although...
I am glad it's over.
Although he's a silly, bad leader, he's not afraid of buildings. Alright, we gotta be careful. There's traps everywhere. Whenever we go to the other place, there's actually rigged shotguns that the last time I came here, I completely missed both of them, which was pretty dope. Like, whenever I was climbing up over there, I don't know, I triggered both shotgun traps and neither of them hit me, so that was fun. So gotta be careful, it's around here somewhere. That's it right there. Little bit of a cheatsy doodle, but like I said, it didn't hit me last time anyway, so meh. I think she's talking about the spore carriers. Alright, so if you come in here, the thing you need is just in the duffel bag. However, if you want to read these terminals, there's lore onto the survivalist. Again, I'm not going to be reading these, I'm just going to get the notes. The same shout out I gave in the other universe when I was here, if you want to learn about what all these terminals say and the actual person that made all these little encampments, the survivalist dude, just go watch Oxhorn's video. He by far does the best rendition of the story, so shout out to Oxhorn and let's skedaddle. Oh, there are red markers that weren't here last time. Oh, it's just you? Alright, that's not that bad.
Mine.
That's not that bad. You're not that scary, honestly. Okay, so what did that tell me to do? I like how one of the optional objectives for the quest we just completed was to bring Waking Cloud as a scout, and then she just complained the entire time about us going places that we shouldn't be going. Like, that's not what scouts do, but okay. What do we do now? What's the next best course of action? Let's do this one. This will be a nice halfway mission we can do in this episode to finish it off without actually doing anything that would be, like, super interesting for its own video. So, where does it want me to go? Open the Pip-Boy again. We have to go back to the Sorrows camp? Fine, whatever, we have to go back there anyway. At least we're safe here and we don't need our guns, so where is the Datura routes? I don't know. I'm gonna go up here because I think it wants me to go into the cave that I went into on accident earlier. Actually, no, it doesn't.
Think about it. Yes?
Are you talking to me? Yeah, that probably hurt. Alright, let's go this way. Crossroad Cavern. What am I not understanding? Where does it want me to go? I assumed it was going to send me into the caves that were scattered around here, but I can't seem to find those caves. Alright, I'm surfing. Okay, y'all are friendly. What up, boys? I'm so lost. Where is it telling me to go? Where does it want me to go? Oh, okay. We're looking for these things, the cherry blossoms. Understood, actually. Means if we keep going this way, we'll have to find it. And I'm not just saying that because the quest marker is there. Where it wants me? Drop down? Put gun away. Stone Bones Cave. Okay. Datura. And then where is the other one? This guy's ready to fight something. There it is, aight, for show. Like, this is such a nice camp, too. This camp is so much nicer than the Dead Horses camp. Like, why would y'all not want to fight for this? Anyway, though, return to Whitebird. And then that's probably where we'll end the episode, because next episode we're gonna get high as shit and go kill a bear. Alright, can't go that way. Great. Noted. So let's go back into Homeboy's cave, and then we'll log out and talk to him at a later time. Alright, what up, bro? We'll talk to you, for you guys, next week. For me, it'll probably be like 20 minutes from now, but
When Salt Upon Wounds took
are you
Mircana,
serious?
he ordered the White Legs to salt the earth so nothing could grow again. What kind of monster could do that?
That is the one problem with both her and Follows Chalk. They repeat the same lines of dialogue that are unprovoked multiple times. But like I said, at least Follows Chalk's are just innocent and funny. Hers are just, like, Karen-y, but whatever. Oh! You just did the Far Cry 2 bounce. Anyway, hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, like and sub down below. We'll come back and talk to Whitebird next episode. Get high as hell, kill a bear. Go probably just keep killing more bears because that's one of the quests we have. But until next time, boys and girls, a pizza.